That's how we roll. My Bayern team putting on a good performance today against Paris Saint-Germain. I know it was the final match. Both teams are already through to the round of 16, as it were. But I'm glad that we managed to give PSG their first loss of the season in the Champions League. And look, honestly, this was a well-deserved victory. I liked how we lined up for this match. I thought Tolisso put on a clinic. I really liked James's crosses into the box. And look, this is also a reason why I did not pick PSG to win the Champions League this year, because I think they haven't been tested yet. They're in a group with us, and then Anderlecht and Celtic. But, Anderlecht and Celtic, they both finished bottom with 3 points each with 5 losses each. Anderlecht getting their first win of the whole campaign today against Celtic, 1-0 away from home. So that's why I'm not really sold on PSG this season as a lot of other people are, because I think as they get to they progress to the latter stages of this competition, I think they're going to be challenged more. I'm really happy that Yopankis came back for us. I was a little bit skeptical that he would be able to get us back on track after the whole Ancelotti incident, but I think it was a good move, and I don't think we would have gotten the full 3 points today without him. So I'm glad that he's back. Although I think long-term wise, Bayern needs to look to the future and look for a post-Yopankis sort of tenure for the team. I'm grateful for everything he did for this club, especially winning the Champions League back in 2013. But for now, he's sort of like a short-term solution. And then we'll see what happens from there. But I'm happy we got the win today. We finished level with PSG on 15 points each. They finish ahead of us with a vastly superior goal difference. But I'm waiting to see who Bayern is going to play in the round of 16. And then elsewhere today we had results. Manchester United getting a victory over Moscow. Moscow scaring a little bit, taking the lead, looking like they were going to make a last gasp case to finish in one of the top 2 spots. But the results in the other game with Basel didn't go their way, and on top of that, Man United with a comeback, winning 3-1. So Man United finishes on top, Jose Mourinho's men with 15 points. Basel getting a win today against Benfica, who had a really awful Champions League campaign, with 12 points for Basel, Moscow 9 points, and Benfica 0. Sort of a competitive 3-way race for those top 2 spots, but in the end, Man United and Basel take it. Anderlecht getting their first win in Group B, but they finish with Celtic on 3 points. But it is Celtic who will be going to the Europa League. Imagine that, 3 points, 1 win, 5 losses from 6 games, and Celtic have still qualified for the Europa League. And also we had Roma getting a narrow victory over Karabakh, but it was mostly a formality because they were in the driver's seat heading into this match. No, I think Chelsea was ahead of them. I'm sorry, but they got the job done. And Chelsea, Atletico handing Roma a big boost by nicking a draw on the road in Chelsea. So it allowed Roma to leapfrog Chelsea into the first place position to finish with 11 points, but ahead on the away goals. Ahead on a head-to-head record. So Roma with 11 points, Chelsea with 11. Atletico eliminated, but going to the Europa League with 7. A really disappointing Champions League campaign. This is the first time Atletico have failed to advance to the latter stages from the Champions League group stage since the 2009-2010 season. Karabakh with 2 points, the bottom of the group. Roma and Chelsea will go through. And how about it? Not many people predicted Roma would win this group, or let alone even advance. So congratulations to the Italian side. And Conte's Chelsea, they're still showing signs of struggling this season. They're not playing anywhere near to where they should be playing, in my opinion. And then in Group D, Barcelona today getting a win over Sporting CP 2-0, as well as Juventus getting the road win against Olympiacos by the same scoreline, 2-0. So the 2 expected teams advancing, Barcelona in 14 points, Juventus with 11, Sporting CP with 7, and Olympiacos only with 1. This group was the most relatively predictable one of the 4 groups that finished up today. Barca and Juventus, these are the 2 sides everyone expected to go through, and in that order. It was always going to be a race between the top 2 spots. Sporting CP doing much better than Benfica did, but still just did not have enough in them to pull through. So Barcelona and Juventus will go to the round of 16, along with Roma and Chelsea, PSG and Bayern Munich, Man United and Basel. I'm still pretty happy we beat those Frenchies today. So, that's why I did not pick PSG. I said I'm not sold on them. For those who are wondering, in the previous Champions League video I made, I picked Barcelona to win this season. I'm still sticking with Barcelona to win it. But I'd like to see how far my Bayern team can go. I think we can get to the semis. But, that just all remains to be seen. So there's more Champions League action coming tomorrow. I'll make sort of, not really reactions, but just summing up the groups as I did so in this video tomorrow when the rest of the group stages finally is finished. So stay tuned for one more video tonight, later on. I'll see you later. Till then, have a good evening. Much love. Peace out.